Hello and welcome, the 19th of July. It is about 11 o'clock in the morning. Sun is out, it's a beautiful day. Maybe summer is finally here. Today we will be doing a big harvest. Now once a year I get my crack team of helpers in.
Walter! Linus! Edwin!
First of all, I'll show you what's in the allotment at the minute because it's quite full. Let's have the theme tune. First bed, we've got some first early potatoes. They're going to come up today. They've been in 17 weeks now. We've got the second earlies, leave them for another couple of weeks yet. We've got the carrots, which are growing nice and tall, but they need a while yet. And then we've got the onions. I'm going to leave the biggest one, and I'm going to leave that one that's gone to seed, so we get a nice onion flower. The rest of them are going to come up. The next bed, we've got the sweet corn, which is growing nice and tall. I planted some turnip last week. They're actually coming up. They'll be a month or two yet. And then we've got some squash that were planted in the wildflower bed over there. They weren't doing very well at all. They've been eaten by insects, etc. I moved them here in a last ditch attempt to save them. In the past day, a couple of them have started to produce flowers. So they're not dead yet. Hopefully they'll be fine. And got a random potato plant in there as well. In this bed, we've got some beetroot I planted a few weeks ago. We've got a row of beans on my bean frame that I made out of wood and wire. Soon we'll get to the point where we find out whether beans can cling to wire or not. Cucumbers coming on well, and leeks growing and surviving. This next bed is a bit overgrown at one end. We've got some beetroot fighting for sunlight there. They're just about ready. We've got some more carrots here that are taller than the other ones, but they haven't been in as long. And we've got these squash. So these squash were planted and looked exactly the same as the squash that are not very well over there. Planted at the same time, brought out to the allotment at the same time, but these are flourishing. They're producing vines all over the place. This one crawling over here, invading into my pea space. Peas, we finally have peas. Hasn't been that successful in terms of quantity, but I'm just glad I've got some peas. And we'll step back to courgettes. Producing courgettes aplenty. Now I know, for example, under this leaf, are you ready? Hello! There we go. And I know for a fact there's another massive one in there. Great stuff. We've got this bed, we've got these line of beetroots. They're going to come up today. They're going to come up today. Main crop of potatoes at the back. Flowering, they should be ready. They should be dying back in a month or so. And then we've got the row of onions, 2 rows of onions. That's just ready as and when, really. I think I'll leave them to just grow a little bit bigger. And we've got the fruit zone. We've got the apples reddening up nicely. In here we've got some brambles that I've been training. I've actually got some mini brambles there, but as you can see there's plenty of fruit to come there. Trained the wild bramble as best I could along a piece of wood. Pears, as usual, I get about 4 every year for some reason. They all seem to drop off. And as usual, not one cherry left on the cherry tree. The birds have had them all, but I don't mind really. It's worth it for the blossom every year, and I'd be very lucky to find a plum in there. I think I've got one or two. Raspberries in here, growing nicely. Did find some red currants as well, to go with the black currants that I've already been picking. Got this last section which is a combination of raspberries and pumpkins. Not a natural combination, but raspberries sort of grow in one place. Pumpkins around them. Some of the pumpkins are quite long. For example, this one starts here, all the way along here, all the way along here, flowers along the way, and hopefully a pumpkin at the end. Quite like the raspberry stroke pumpkin combo. Raspberries sort of grow in vertical clumps, pumpkins weave in between. So that's what's in the allotment at the minute. We're going to crack on with harvesting, and I'll see you after that.
What does the oh, it's a falling in.
1, 2, 3.
Oh!
Yes!
Oh, that's
Oh, look at that!
Yes!
I felt something
Yes.
in my foot.
There's
Oh,
one!
yes!
Yay!
There's one. There's a really big one there.
There is.
There is?
Oh, look, I've got potatoes.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, there is one. No, that's.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yes! Yes!
Look at the roots on that one.
Oh, that's
Nicely
a big
done.
one.
Onions! Onions!
Yay! It's bigger than you.
Oh my goodness. That's the biggest one that I've ever seen. I don't even like onions.
Are we ready?
Yeah. Oh, scanning. That's two. Look, we're in six. And there's two more. Two more. There's one right next to it. Come on.
Oh!
Look at that one.
Look at that.
Hold it. Juicy red one. Oh, look at that one. Hello. Ah!
Hey, shows that. Oh, pull. Yes, that's about the right size.
Yes, probably, if I like it. Courgettes, peas, onions in colour order, potatoes, and beetroot in colour order.
Thumbs up. Well, that was fun. Thank you for my team of helpers. I couldn't do it without you. It's the next day now. I am back. See what space this created. We've cleared out the first early potatoes, so I've got a bit of room in that bed. We got some potatoes out of there. They got hit by frost. My main crop and the second earlies, I'm hoping for a bit more result from them. The onions that we pulled up, considering they were some random onions I found and they'd been through flood and I'd moved them, etc. Some of them were massive. I've left the biggest one because it's still growing, and I've left one that's gone to seed. First of all, I'll get a flower, and second of all, I might get some seeds out of that. Never grown onions from seed before, so I might give that a go. Cleared out some space in front of the courgette and squash, and I've cleared out a little bit of space in front of the main crop of potatoes. So what have I got left to plant? I have some spinach and some mooly radish seeds, so they can go in now. I'll have a think about what else I can plant. at this time of year, and I'm considering building that support frame for the squash. Don't know whether to leave it just crawling along the ground, maybe take over the peas, have a fight with the courgettes, build a frame, don't know yet, depends how much time I've got on my hands. Right, thank you for watching. Click subscribe if you like, send me a comment, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.